The Galaxy Z Fold 8 just appeared inside firmware, and this is not the fold Samsung was expected to make. This might be the biggest design shift in the Fold lineup, and it could completely change the future of foldables. And the real reason behind it, it's bigger than just listening to fans. Let's break it down. Inside early 1 UI 9 animations, a very different fold shows up. Not a small adjustment, not a minor redesign, a properly wider fold. If that sounds familiar, it should. Months before the Trifold launched, similar internal animations leaked, and they were almost identical to the final hardware. When something reaches firmware level like this, it's not a concept. It's production ready. Now here's where it gets interesting. For 7 generations, Samsung defended the tall, narrow fold design. They said it was better for one-handed use. But users kept saying the same thing. Make it wider. Make typing easier. Make apps scale properly. Make multitasking feel natural. And suddenly, Samsung does exactly that. The cover screen is shorter, but noticeably wider. The inner display feels more like a compact tablet instead of a stretched phone. On paper, that sounds perfect, but Samsung doesn't abandon a 7th-generation design philosophy without serious pressure. And that pressure has a name: Apple. The foldable iPhone is expected in 2026, and most reports point to a wider, landscape-focused internal display, closer to an iPad-style experience. If that's true, Samsung isn't experimenting here. They're positioning early, and the production numbers support that theory. Reports suggest around 3.5 million Fold 8 units are planned this year, with roughly 1 million being the wide version. That's not a small test batch. That's commitment. For the first time, Fold production could even exceed Flip. That doesn't happen unless Samsung is extremely confident or strategically cautious. But here's the part people aren't focusing on yet. Being first doesn't guarantee being best. Yes, a wider fold improves media consumption and multitasking. Yes, we're expecting a near creaseless display. Yes, battery capacity could reach around 5,000 milliamp hours. And yes, camera upgrades, possibly even a 200MP sensor, are rumored. But the real risk isn't the hardware. It's segmentation. If Samsung splits features between the tall and wide models, different batteries, different camera stacks, different pricing, things get complicated fast. And that could hurt more than help. Because now the decision isn't just about shape. It's about compromise. There's also the everyday factor. The tall fold is easier to hold, easier to pocket, easier for quick one-handed use. A wider fold improves productivity, but might sacrifice portability. And once people experience one, switching back could feel limiting. Now think ahead. If Apple launches their foldable in 2026 with a wide layout, the narrative instantly becomes, Apple perfected it. Samsung knows that. By launching the wide version first, they control the story before Apple even enters the category. Smart move, but it raises the biggest question of all. If both versions cost about the same and specs are nearly identical, which design actually wins long-term? Portability or productivity? Because this isn't just another yearly refresh. This might be the moment Samsung quietly resets what a fold is supposed to be. So I'm curious, if specs were identical, which one are you choosing purely based on shape? The classic tall fold or the new wide layout? Comment tall or wide. I want to see where this community stands. And if you believe this move has nothing to do with Apple, that's a whole different debate. I'll see you in the comments.